Hey Pisces, this is your April 2023 tarot reading. Let's get into it. I've already shuffled, called in, and flipped all the cards over and got clarifiers just to save me some time here. So let's start. It seems like you're getting really clear on something that happened in your life by the underlying cards, the Tower and the King of Swords. It could be having to do with somebody's betrayal, but I kind of want to make sure that I'm not getting too specific too quick here. So, or the end, it was probably a big change that came in that ended a cycle that was probably very difficult. Anyway, so now, currently at your present moment, there's a lot of communication about back and forth with somebody about some sort of gift, generosity, some sort of humanitarian effort. There's some sort of a lot of giving here. There's a lot of determining it's a determination of what somebody should get, using your judgment in terms of generosity. And there's going to be a lot of communication back and forth about that. So it's some financial communications of some kind. In the headspace, in what you're thinking about this situation, there's a transformation of something, there's an ending of something, and there's this independence. So it could be the ending of independence, or it could be an ending that is leading you, or a change that's leading you to feeling secure and independent in yourself and able to enjoy the work that you've put into a situation. And you're almost at the point of you're like breaking completion with a financial or material matter of some sort. It could be having to do with work as well. Could be communication about a promotion, about the dividing up of certain assets of some kind, or excuse me, it's getting late. And the end to maybe needing to struggle, because of the Six of Pentacles is usually somebody who gives to the poor, right? Who's giving to the poor, and this depiction is both people seem to be in need. One guy's clothes look nicer and newer and more colorful than the other guy's clothes. So I'm assuming that maybe that's the depiction in this card of somebody needing more than someone else. I know I have another deck that's different that kind of depicts that. But anyway, so there's this discerning where things, the divvying up of assets or financial matters, and this could have to do with like some sort of contract, because I do have the Justice close by. It could be that there's the Three of Pentacles can be a showcasing of talents or skills you've been working on. This can also be kind of a formality, a rite of passage kind of thing. And it together, this can be like contractual agreements that are of the the partnership kind. This can be, but this is also something you're not aware of. So you might not be aware of that somebody has taking certain matters into consideration that you're not aware of yet, that there's a third party involved in order to keep balance or harmony in a situation. This is also mediating. This is mediating because I have the Six of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. So I see mediation here. There's some sort of third party that's coming in that you're not aware of that could be helping the situation and smoothing the situation out for you. This could also be about workload as well, divvying up workload or responsibilities. In the past, I see that there was a mutual reciprocity between two people, places, or things. Thinking that there was harmony in the past, and maybe there was balance, and going into the future, whatever in the past had been mutually beneficial in some regard is now becoming a new slate. There's a risk that someone's taking. And someone's at the end of a tough cycle. Maybe this risk is because they're taking to get through that end of the tough cycle, or they're getting a new slate after a really challenging time. I see whatever this could be. Also, the center focus could be about transactions, because there's a financial matter about giving money and receiving money, and there's fast-paced, energy. So this is like literal transactions, just having a lot of bills to pay out. Having the Tower there might be a sudden realization that there's been an ending that maybe somebody backed out of a situation or walked away from. This could be in terms of a contract or agreement. This also can be like sudden change that happens in your world, a realization that there's something ending that's been kind of a challenge or difficult to some regard, and there's a need to or a want to find something better for yourself, in terms of and there's an innocent kind of, there's a childhood thing here. This could have to do with your mother. This could also have to do with immigration, or this could, not immigration, but sending money back to your family, transactions, if they're in another country, like Western Union. There's some sort of philanthropy here as well. Donations, something to do with transactions and finances. It could be having to do with a relationship, and like a romantic relationship of the past that was involved in this kind of sharing of assets, I think, or something. There was some harmony or balance in the past, a shared reciprocity in feelings and emotions, a mirroring of sorts. And now there is this new beginning coming in the future. Um, this can have to do with financial aid of some kind. There might have been a lot of money that just started flowing in. Um, this is also the Three of Pentacles is like community and formal communities, and you might not be aware that there is some sort of verdict, some sort of legal matter that's involving a third party, or you might not have been aware that there was some sort of contractual third party agreement of some kind. It seems like whatever it was, this relationship dynamic in the middle, it seems like in the past it was harmonious, and now you're looking for to take a risk and get out of it and start something new with the Fool here. You're thinking a change will do you good, that a change will allow you to be more financially independent. This change will allow you to be more financially independent. Your advice is to celebrate share with friends this good news, this good what's the word I'm looking for? Good favor, good goodwill. This is communications, blessings of goodwill towards other people as well in the middle. Someone wishing you well, someone blessing you, giving you a gift. There is a celebration, and friends. You will be hanging out with your friends. You'll be celebrating a marriage of some kind, or a relationship milestone of some kind. Friends could also get married. This can also be thinking about ending or changing something to be more independent, and being not aware that there's some sort of legal binding kind of to take something out of the picture, or to remove something completely, might be sorry, give me 1 second, Pisces. Someone might tell you you have to do something that you don't want to do. This is a weird message I'm getting from that. Like there's a court order, or there's a there's some sort of balanced someone's idea or concept of balance might not be the same as yours, and so you might have to have a meeting of some sort. There's a meeting of some sort with somebody who is in charge of making sure that the balance stays fair. This literally can just be talking about marriage, though. Like, you're not thinking about marriage right now, or you're unaware that there's more to the situation than you contractually agreed to in the first place. There's something like that. Um, this could have to be about, it could be a surprise that somebody's getting married, or that they're having some sort of um, legal milestone. This is gaining stability through community, or there's unity and this is also work as well. So working as a contractor, you might not be aware that there's some contractor work that needs to be done somewhere. This could be in the home. There's a lease agreement, maybe, and an addition to the initial agreement. Somebody's gonna, your advice is to be merry, be happy, celebrate this moment. There's something here about friends. Spend time with friends. Enjoy emotional communion with other people. It's also a relationship going to the next level, because I have the 2 and then the 3 of Cups. Pisces, in your how other people are acting, or how you're being seen by other people, they see you as somebody who's kind of been glowing up in secret, somebody that's been getting to work and mastering your material world, and maybe they see you as kind of like a secret entrepreneur, or maybe they see you as somebody who's pretty well off, but like hiding the fact that you are. They see you as very reserved and kind of stoic. Spiritual yet balanced in the material world. Very interesting card combo. Now, what you're hoping for, you're hoping to put down this difficult burden that you've been carrying for a while. Either that, or you're fearing the end of a cycle that you've been consistently, you maybe struggling a little bit, but getting used to. It's like there's this maybe fearing the change that's coming in, that the end of one cycle and the beginning of another one that might be not familiar. I'm pretty sure that you're hoping to put down some burden, some excess weight that you've been carrying around for a while, having to do with whatever communication has been going on about finances, or needing extra money for something, or there's relief here. You're hoping to be relieved of your duties, of your responsibilities. Of having to do so much. In the future, I see a new beginning, taking a risk, stepping out, being at the beginning of this new cycle, this might also talk of giving somebody money, but communicating about how the risks of any investments or contracts that might be signed in regards to this loan or this money. I see that in the future, following up from the near future, there's this expanding one's resources and trying to maintain balance while looking for that security. And here we go. We have the Three of Pentacles down here. What you're not aware of is that someone else would have to be involved in a situation for it to be balanced. You might need somebody else's expertise or approval for to move to the next step in some sort of contract or agreement. And you're juggling a lot financially, and also trying to maybe take on more, and so the past burdens or the current communication or issues here might be wearing on you. So there's a need for to realize what you to figure out what you don't know, to get clear on whatever this is that's been a burden. Oh, it's right underneath here too. And kind of have hope that whatever communication's coming in is going to be direct and from somebody who's gonna take the initiative and get you out of a stuck or free you up. You're hoping to be freed up. So there's also choices, financial decisions that might better one person more than the other. I had this earlier and I let it go. Choosing your battles. There's a choosing of the battles and discerning. There's a discerning between what you're going to cut, what's worth cutting out and what's worth fighting over. So letting go and fighting over. I don't know if it's letting go though. Well, I guess if you cut something out, you let it go, right? They both have their backs to each other. Priorities. This is about priorities. There's a change. You're thinking about changing something that has to do with your luxuries in life. There's some the change of thinking about some sort of luxuries or spending or enjoyment, or you're changing the way you you enjoy your money. You enjoy your work. Trying to save money, trying to kind of rein it in a little bit. And there might be you come up in your own reading too. You're over here. you're being seen as like somebody who's a master of their material world, or somebody who's well to do, or people can't see that because you keep that hidden. You're very private about your finances. And there may be a decision that needs to be made, and this is also having to do with like well to do, like doing well for yourself. But other people are either getting nosy about it, or they're trying to, or they see you as being somebody who's private about your finances. This is also somebody who's an occultist for pay. So somebody might see you as somebody who works in spirituality, that makes money in spirituality as well. A spiritual entrepreneur. This is the dark and the light side of making money as well. So they see you as somebody who is balanced in your approach to how you manage your money, manage your resources. Or private with money. There's this kind of juggling though. There's this taking on something new, adding something to the mix, figuring out where the money is going to go and come in, keeping the flow going, but also trying to figure out the missing piece that's going to create more stability. You might not be thinking balanced about how a situation, a union is supposed to work in some regard, or the contractual agreements on something. You might be missing a piece of the puzzle in that. I don't know if I already said that already. Sorry. But it feels like somebody feels defeated by your ability to maintain balance in some regard, or you're not on the same page in terms of your priorities. So it's about getting on the same page. You might not know that you're not on the same page. If you're dating somebody, you might not know that you're not on the same page in terms of financial situations, or somebody else might not make as much money as you, but they're involved in a similar partnership as you, and you're having to maybe you don't think it's fair that the situation isn't balanced, or maybe you're not aware that it all balances itself out in the end, because it allows somebody to, there's also a judge. Someone is judging something that you're doing. There's somebody that's watching in to see what the truth is, or what your truth is in regards to what you bring to the table. And this could be in potential to get you on board with something. You might not have been aware that something would be such a compromise. But what you're unaware of is that compromise will lead to more unity, that will lead to more stability and maybe a contract of some kind. But there's some sort of battle, there's some sort of defeat. Somebody feels defeated, or you win something. You win something, or you're doing better at something, and it's pissing somebody else off, or it kind of sours the situation a little bit. It kind of puts a damper on it because it takes the fun out of it. Somebody's a poor sport, or they can't keep up with you, and so it might not be a fair trade or a fair game, or it's also inexperience and needing to put more effort into keeping things afloat. Somebody is more of frugal as well. I see that the Nine of Pentacles is, she can be resourceful. Of course, she's saved and gotten where you are, where she is, to be able to enjoy the fruits of her labor. Somebody wants to enjoy the fruits of their labor and is compromising because somebody else is not on the same page, or there's an inadequacy. There's a dominance over you feeling overpowered in a situation, like there's not a fair there's a compromise that's ending up disappointing, or kind of winning over a situation that is ending up leading to compromising more than you bargained for. There's a compromise that needs to be made in order to start a new beginning as well. And it's either take a risk or deal with the devil you know, or it could be take a risk and there's the potential for things to go bad, and somebody's at an advantage. There's financial advantage in the situation, and so somebody might be making more decisions financially than the other because they feel that they put in more money into a situation, or there's some sort of lack of compromise. There's two different people going in two different directions and having different sets of compromising. Both are needing to compromise in the situation. Both need to compromise in order for a new beginning to happen. I see that what you're not aware of is that there's balance and unity. So being on the same page might actually get the situation to go further. And like I said, this could be marriage as well. So somebody might want a separate account, even though they're married, or a prenup, because there's contracts here. This is like separate but equal as well. Like we have separate things, but we make decisions together regardless. Or there's some sort of, there's also a compromise about a financial decision that somebody else is turning their back to and maybe being a little bit challenging with. They think they know everything, maybe. you might feel defeated by this initially, or but there could be an argument. Um, if this is about divorce, I see an argument being weighed out in order to like legally, in order to kind of figure out where things need to be cut. There's a cutting back here and compromising in order to secure finances, to stabilize finances. There might be a third party needed to involve in this process if this is a split up or something like that. But it looks to me like there's also marriages on the cards, so I don't really get that vibe. I just think that two people are on different pages about something, or two businesses, or two. There's something about that. Also, let's go through the houses now. I see having a more balanced diet is going to help you a lot this month. You'll have more energy if you do something. Stop giving so much, putting so much of one thing in your body, and kind of having a more balanced approach. What feels right. Of course, talk to your doctor. I'm just reading the houses. The first house is the physical body, and that's how I do it. Second house, your resources. There's a lot of resources coming in. There's a lot of communication about resources. And I believe this is a card of Taurus and Libra and Venus and Taurus, or I don't know, Libra and Venus and Libra. I have to look it up. Anyway, so there's this input output kind of thing going on in terms of your physical body. What you put in, you will get more energy out. So there's maybe you're communicating a lot about that sort of thing this month. Food choices, maybe trying to lose some weight or something, and trying to eat a more balanced diet to get nutrients, or there's something like that. So third house, there's an ending to some sort of luxury that you've, or some sort of place that you go to kind of collect your thoughts. Maybe there's a change in your local sphere that might go independent. Somebody goes independent. Maybe property taxes go up in your neighborhood, or maybe that's why there needs to be a compromise. There's some sort of taxes or some sort of change in terms of the the nearing of a completion of a financial cycle. So, and that could have to do with institutions of finance, shared resources, etc. Um, I feel like prominence, the end of prominence of something. There just could be a lot of changes going on in your neighborhood, especially in like outdoor things, like parks and things. They might be doing different setups. They might be doing kind of different kinds of decorations, and there might be changes to beautifying the outdoor areas of your um, even if you live in an apartment building, there might be some landscaping going on. There might be some construction going on the roads to make, or painting. There's like extra. It's a little extra. It's actually bougie, kind of fancy things. So they might be installing something, and you're like, "Ooh, that's nice," in your neighborhood. Um, this is also animals, so there could be a changes in regards to like businesses around your neighborhood, and there could be something to do with animals going in. Um, any outdoor gardens or parks, recs, or something like that. At home, you're going to be trying to balance out the financial chores or the duties that are required to make sure that everything. You might be showing your apartment. You might be staging your house for a showing as well. So there's a contract, and then there's working. So your home could be having some contractual work being done on it, Pisces. Maybe you're thinking about the, changing something in order to make it more aesthetically pleasing and more comfortable to be in and enjoyable to be in. You might meet a new romantic partner that you do dating and fun things with during this time. If you aren't in a current relationship, you'll be going out and enjoying each other's company, or and being physically intimate with each other. You'll be doing a lot of that, so it's good. Also, partners in terms of games or gambling or teams of some kind. There's gaming here. There's anything you do for fun. So this is gaming. Your health, you could feel like you turn a new page with your health, that there's maybe you took a risk and tried some new diet, and that's working out for you, or um, you started a new medication of some kind with your doctor, and that's working out for you. There's something new having to do with health or your day-to-day routine. Taking a risk and trying something different, switching up your routine, will actually bring more energy to you. It might bring in more opportunities um, for financial opportunities, maybe, and love as well if you're single. one of your friends is either going to get married or they're celebrating something with you. There's a get together with friends coming up in this period. You might hear something on the news about secret accounts or businessmen that have mistresses or something like that. Or wealthy, or organizations or the business of spirituality. There's some sort of wealth that's been made in spirituality that will be coming into focus for you. It could be about like Catholic Church, it could be about anything. So that combo of energies though. There might be some kind of secret work contract or secret a secret like loophole out of a contract, and somebody that you know might share this with you during this time. So maybe listen. If your ears perk up and your intuition kicks in, you're going to be making good decisions in business, and it's going to be coming from a place that's more than just your head. It's going to be coming from your gut as well. It's a very wise business moves here. Moving long distance does seem to be coming into play for some of you. Also, you could be moving people for your job at a mover company. You might have a moving company where people move things distances and they're heavy. That's like a literal interpretation of it. You're nearing the end of some sort of cycle that has to do with the struggle of somebody at a distance. So there could be something, some world turmoil that's coming to a climax or an end of some kind, and you've been struggling to take a trip, or trying to get everything in order to take a trip, and there's just been a lot of planning in order to take a trip long distance or fly, figuring out like how to make that happen with all that you have on your plate. This is also if you're going to school, like a later degree kind of thing, like college. This is you nearing the end of your workload, getting towards the end of that and graduating. Maybe this year you're going to be graduating and you're just getting ready to drop that burden and move on to the next cycle. Somebody in your career sector and your reputation might have the reputation for being a bully, and you've been dealing with this for quite some time and looking for maybe, and probably keeping your chin up about it, trying not to let it get you upset or anything, but this might be starting to take a toll on you, or you might actually be able to come to a compromise with this person, or try to, and they might turn their back on you. It's like the person that's supposed to be in charge of cutting that out is not, has got their back turned. They're not able to see um, what's going on. Somebody's choosing luxury or opulence over rationality. It's like there's somebody who wants more opulence in the situation, and somebody wants more rationality, and they're not there's like a standoff. There's not no one's willing to compromise, and somebody who has more authority could probably get away with it, just by pushing forward and doing what they want. But I see that this is a battle that might not work out for anybody in the end, really. However, there is a fair compromise or a fair kind of addition to this contract, to this situation. So, but you're not aware of it yet. You'll figure out some sort of either middle person to deal with it, or this is also human resources, communicating with human resources about something that's gone on. This can be underneath this can be a union of some kind, a work union. Somebody might feel betrayed by a situation, because they do have the Tower and the Ten of Swords. Someone might feel betrayed by a situation and quit, or walk away from something that they don't want to be a part of anymore, and they don't feel as resonant with them anymore. So in this situation, if at work, if you might win the battle, and there won't be a compromise made, but you'll win, and they'll either deal with it, compromise, and work it out, or they will go away. It seems like you're also going to be kind of juggling your friendships this month. Maybe there's not a lot of time. You're trying to multitask, spending time with friends and getting work done. So there's a good work-life balance with friends and associates, though. You might actually work with some of your friends, so you get to spend time with them and work with them, which is enjoyable for you. There's also deciding or discerning what spiritually is your truth and what is not. So choosing between what you feel is your dogma of choice, or your spiritual beliefs versus other people's spiritual beliefs. There's kind of a compare and contrast with and picking sides with that sort of thing. Also, this is discerning your unknown enemies. So there could be somebody at work or in your sphere that's been kind of a standoffish person, who's you just hard to, maybe they make it seem like they're harder to read, or they're always seem like they're not available to do something, or unable to be approached, and you're confronting them about that at this time, and you're gonna kind of discern why they're being the way they're being. This is also the house of sleep and the subconscious mind. So this is also court related because these two houses would be related in some degree. So this is a court decision, a court order decision to or a contractual agreement that's made to unionize or to stabilize a situation or to add another element of finances to a situation. Contract. There could be an editing of a contractual agreement within a community or a union of some kind or a relationship of some kind. Like a clause almost that's put in. Transformations of justice that lead to a new start. I would say that sums it up for you, Pisces. Changes that bring fairness and balance and new beginnings. It might be risky, but there's some new beginning there. So I hope you've found this reading really helpful. I hope you have a wonderful month of April. And I will see you in May. Bye.